Today's lesson is on converting percents to fractions. We've done some of this before. This is just a little more involved. It's lesson 115, found on page 602. All right, 602. First one I've got up here. We want to change 50% to a fraction. So I'm going to begin up here. 50%. If you recall, 50% means 50 out of 100. Okay? 50 out of 100. If I reduce that to lowest terms, getting rid of this, I have 5/10. 5/10 reduces to a half. The problem comes when you have numbers that have fractional parts. For example, 33 1/3%. Well, what does that mean? Well, it still means the same thing as it meant up here. It means 33 1/3 divided by 100. Okay? Now, I know that looks odd, but we can still work with that because we're dividing by 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the numerator and I'm going to convert it to an improper fraction. So 3 times 33 is 99, plus 1 is 100. So what this means is I have 100 thirds. Okay, now I'm going to take the denominator and I'm going to divide this by 100 over 1. Now you and I know that we can cross multiply. 100 times 1 is 100. 3 times 100 is 300. But I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to show you another step. Okay? We're going to, instead of dividing by 100, we are going to multiply by 1 over 100. Same thing. Dividing by 100 is the same thing as multiplying by 1 over 100. So now we can cancel out, and our answer is 1/3. Okay? Now, if you're confused, don't be. We've got 5 others that we're going to do. All right. So here we start. This is equal to 66 2/3 divided by 100. That's what percent means. How many hundredths? Okay? And I'm going to give myself a little more room here. Now, 3 times 66 is 198. 3 times 6 is 8. Carry 1. 3 times 6 is 8, and 1 more is 19, plus 2 more is 200. So that's 200 thirds. 200 thirds. Okay, that's this. Let me use a different color here. That's this number converted to the numerator. Okay? Now, divided by 1 over 100, which equals 200 and over 3 times, I jumped ahead, divided by 100. Okay? That's the same as multiplying by 1 over 100. Okay, let's cancel out. 100 goes into 200 twice. So 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay? Look at the next one. 6 2/3. 2/3 over 100. Converts to 3 times 6 is 18. 2 more makes 20. So 20 thirds divided by 100. Or think of it as, maybe this will help you, some of you, 100 over 1. All right, so we have 6 2/3 converts to 20 thirds divided by 100, divided by 100 over 1. Now I'm going to change that to a multiplication problem. 20 over 3. Instead of divided by, I'm multiplying by the reciprocal, which is 1 over 100. Now, let's cancel. 20 goes into 100 5 times. So now I have 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 5 is 15. 6 2/3% is the same as 1/15. Okay, try again. 12.5 over percent. So we put 12.5 divided by 100. 2 times 12 is 24. 1 more makes 25. So that gives us 25 halves divided by 100 over 1. Then that means 25 halves times the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 100 over 1 is 1 over 100. All right. How many 25s go into 100? 4. So we divide 25 by 25, we get 1. 25 into 100 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. 12.5% is equal to 1/8. I think that's A, B, C, D. I think this is practice number D. Okay? 14 2/7. All right, 14 2/7 divided by 100. Okay, 7 times 14. Well, 7 times 4 is 28. And carry 2. 7 times 1 is 7. Carrying 2 is 98. And 2 more is 100. So that's 100 over 7. Divided by 100. So we'll write divided by 100 over 1. Which equals to 100 over 7 times the reciprocal, 1 over 100. Well, this one turned out easy. Divide both by 100, they cancel each other out. Our answer is 1/7. Last time, we're going to take 83 1/3%. 83 1/3% means 83, let me get it right, and up here, 83 1/3 divided by 100. Okay, now we got to convert that 83 1/3 to a improper fraction. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 8 is 24, so we have 249 plus 1, 250. So we end up with 250 thirds, because it's in thirds. Okay, we divide it by 100 over 1, because that's what percent means. Now, instead of dividing, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, 250. 250 over 3 times 1 over 100. Okay? 25 goes into 100 4 times. 25 goes into 250 10 times. All right? So we end up with 10 times 1 is 10. 3 times 4 is 12. I could have done it by 50s. That's not in lowest terms, obviously. So I got to change that to 5/6. And that is how we convert percents that have a fraction into a fraction in lowest terms. 2/3, 1/15, 1/8, 1/7, 5/6. Okay? I don't think this should give you a whole lot of trouble. But if you do have questions, you know how to reach me.